Hey Starlight, how you doing? Hey Lucky. Some crazy shit. Okay, Starlight. These people are crazy. So, oh Lord. Oh good Lord. People on social media, they always do dumb shit. Fucking hilarious. So many mean people. Hey Raymond, how you doing? All's good. That's up to you. Starlight, thanks. I got your donation. Thank you. All right, you say you want to connect with Ryan. Okay, let me see if I can get him. He's actually like very happy that you are asking to talk to him. It's almost like he. It's almost like he. No, it's fine. I just need time. Just that's all. Yeah, he's actually like pretty happy that you're contacting, like trying to contact him and trying to talk to him. So, um, it's like he tells me that you are. He tells me you have a gift to see things, and you see things and hear things, and you know about stuff. And talking to him, he knows that you are talking to him, but he doesn't want you to like dwell on like bitter experiences or you know things that happened from the past. And he's still kind of upset with what happened in his life and things like that and how things could have would have should have been. um I think I remember that you were saying to me about, or I think it was you, where we were talking about you making things, right? So if you have a table somewhere and you're making things, right? He's at this table like watching you and he's like, he thinks it's cool that you make certain things or you're always trying to do something or making something. I see him watching over your shoulder next to you, always smiling. I get very good, um, vibes off of what he sees through you, around you. He's very happy though. Hey Maria, how you doing? Yeah, I remember you saying you make jewelry or you do something, but I couldn't remember what it was because I have a few people in here that do things like that. But like he's watching you like do it, make it. Um, um, he's very much interested in what you're doing at home, like making things, doing things. He says he respects your privacy, but he's happy that you've welcomed him in and he has a good time. Like he also shows me like when he was alive, and like maybe you guys were at a certain event and you guys were hanging out together, talking, laughing, very interested in each other's, conversation, communications. Um, it's almost like I see you both dressed up and you were somewhere in like maybe a party or some type of gathering, maybe a family thing, I don't know. And he's like next to you and you guys are like getting some food or something. And he's like, "Oh man, I miss those times." And he's like talking about that specific event. I feel like he was the type of person that had many ideas and he was very creative when he wanted to be. But he's saying like some people didn't take him serious. But I still feel like he's kind of like, I don't know how am I gonna put this. I still feel like he's kind of regretful about a lot of things that he did and not happy with a lot of things. But he definitely looks at you as somebody that makes, um, he's definitely happy with you and how you've like, actually acknowledge him in spirit and have conversations with him. He's very appreciative of that. He's telling me. Hey Marty, how you doing? Ah, okay. Yeah, so he's like showing me a specific time where you guys were at a party and you guys were getting food and you were giggling and laughing and having a great old time, saying, "Yeah, look at this, we're here," and blah blah blah, and like talking to each other and stuff. But I feel like both of you together had creative ideas and good ideas with each other overall, and he's very happy that you acknowledge him. Like I said, like I see a big smile on his face, like he's very very happy. Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get like a person who's like creative and likes to do things. I guess that's why you guys got along very well. Another thing he's saying to me is that um if you feel like he says you might be feeling kind of like under the weather at sometimes, maybe too much like he's saying like don't starve yourself or like don't could be something to do with sleep or starving yourself or like not starving but like I want to use a different word, like almost like you don't want to eat certain things anymore because it makes you feel a certain way. Well, we all get to that age where we can't really eat certain things, right? um but he's saying like if you have any complications or anything like that, just understand that certain things have to be changed, change of a diet, or if you are changing your diet, something like that. It's either to do with diet or sleep. Dry fasting. Yeah, that's maybe the word I'm looking for. Fasting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Something like that. Like he's like, you don't have to do that, right? It's almost like he wants you to like enjoy your life and eat what you want, and stuff like that. Like he's trying to be like kind of funny, you know. But like at the same time, he just wants you to like, eat up and stuff. Ah, okay. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Okay. That's probably why he says what he says then. Because he said, like, it's not like she's obese or something. Like, go ahead and eat. You're fine. And he's like laughing at the same time. He's like, tell her, she can snack and have food and don't worry, her stomach will be fine. Like, he's saying certain things, but I don't know if, like, he's just telling me or, like, he wants me to tell you, you know? But he's like, he's asking me, he's telling me to thank you for always being by his side, and like acknowledging him and wanting to actually, involve him in your life spiritually. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? So I guess that's what he means. Like, he's like, if you really want something, then just eat it. Like, fuck it, don't worry about it. You know, you're amazing. That's good. I like to hear that. And Starlight, as far as like October, in general, what I would say is like just keep working on yourself, find a successful combination that you're looking for, make the right adjustments, bring in everything that you need to bring in, Don't think that you're gonna embarrass yourself. You won't. Don't think that what you're doing is like going to embarrass you or hinder you or make you feel like it's an obstacle. Like I don't know if you like you want to do a certain thing, but you feel like it'll cause like some issue. If you think that, then it will, right? So, but if you think that you can resolve this problem and you can come to a conclusion about healing yourself over it, you know? And I feel like in the next 3 weeks you're gonna see that. So into October, from now into October in general, I feel like you are gonna compromise what you really want to do, and you might get inspired by other people's artwork, or thinking about the arts and thinking about things that you really want to do with your life. And if you have like a lot of women friends, you can like relate to them and hang out with them and bring yourself, bring that friendship together with your women friends. But you have to make the necessary effort on your end, or if you feel like you can't because the rest of them won't, then that's up to you to deal with whoever they're dealing with. You've been practicing a lot. Oh, nice. Good, Teresa. Practice makes perfect. That's how we all get better, is practicing. So yeah, Starlight, I would say, keep going. And next month looks good. Just don't try and think that it's the worst thing or whatever. Just like do what you can to make life better for you, pretty much. And I feel like you have, a couple friends around, whether they're online, in real living flesh, or in spirit. I feel like some women can have some influence on you or you on them, and like it's going to be very fulfilling, and you might have to compromise a few things, but you'll be fine. So so between Brian and your general there, I would say, keep going, keep doing what you got to do. Keep talking to Brian. He's helping you, obviously. He's very much happy that you acknowledge him. And just keep going. Just keep doing what you got to do. And it'll all work out eventually. Just try not to think that you're hindering yourself, you know? Like, don't think you're embarrassing yourself or you're going to get embarrassed or somebody, you know, it might not even be that. It could be just you trying to like having like negative thoughts, and then you're like, no, I'm not gonna have those negative thoughts because I know that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So like, stay as positive as you can. Good, Teresa. I'm glad you're opening your shop for jewelry. Oh, there you go. See. So don't think that it's gonna fail or it's gonna flop or it's gonna not do good, because it will. And I feel like you have some women friends that are willing to be clients, friends, workers, whatever. Yeah, and that's the thing. You shouldn't. No one should struggle with that, because it's always. I mean, obviously people do, right? But those things have self in front of them. Anything that says self, right, is up to you, because that means yourself, right? So only you can bring the confidence to yourself. Only you can have the right of self-esteem. There's no need to struggle with it, because if you're a firm believer of spirit, and you're a firm believer of helping and getting spirit to help you to get to co-create something great, then there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to struggle. There's nothing to like worry about. Yeah. Oh, us Portuguese people, we do that. That's good. I'm glad. And you always have a lot of support here, and we'll always support you in any way, for sure. Yeah. The best thing you could do is do what you want to do and make your life better. That's all. That's what it boils down to, pretty much. I know you can do it. And now it's like a good time to start something because you got Christmas coming up. People are gonna want gifts, so they're gonna come and get. You'll be making profit off of your shop and everything else. And you just gotta stay confident. Just know that everything you hear from spirit and everything you hear and you feel, you can never doubt it. It's there for a reason. And the more you think of it, the more it's gonna happen. It's like it's gonna be over and over, and it's gonna be glued into your brain. And then you become like this immortal power that you thought you could never be. You know, I can say those things, but I don't really, I believe it. I know who I am, but I'm humble at the same time. And everybody should be humble because without spirit, we're nothing. And if without us, they can't really prove to others, you know? So we need to co create. Yeah, that's what I do. That's why I do $5 readings and, you know, do what I do. Because I know how it is. I was once without nothing. Started from the bottom, now here. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? Raymond, if you're here, let me know and I'll answer your super chat. You're welcome, Starlight, anytime. Yes, I know, Maria. You're after Raymond. Don't aggravate me, yeah? Yes, I know. I know you probably sent me a damn paragraph. Anytime, Starlight. It's always a pleasure. I don't mind. Brian's a good spirit, so he's good. Very pleasant, always smiling, never negative. So I don't mind connecting to good spirit. That's what I want. Yeah. He showed me him holding your hand like this, like, like not like, like this, like him holding your hand like that. Yeah, very much. So, yeah. It's good though. Raymond, I don't see your ex contacting you at all for the rest of this year. I get all bad negative cards. I feel like she's still very much unhappy. She's feeling like things can't be corrected or things can't be put back together. She's very disappointed. She's not happy. She knows you're not happy because of all of this, but she's being very cautious about what she wants. She's very indecisive and she doesn't want to dispute or even like get into an argument because she doesn't want to. So I don't see like her contacting you, at all the rest of this year. Nothing here. I don't get no contact at all. I get a lot of her blaming you for everything, pretty much. She still blames you for everything that went wrong in the relationship, blaming you for the breakup. and that's how she feels. And she knows that she's heard maybe from people that uh you want her back, or you're disappointed, or you want to make things right, but it still ain't gonna change anything. I don't see anything happening from now to the end of the year. I don't see her contacting you. I don't get nothing here that signifies that. All right, Maria sent me a whole chapter of a book. Well, when somebody knows they're at fault, they're always gonna blame somebody else. That's how it is. She's never gonna tell everybody, "Oh, it's my fault." She's gonna say it's all Raymond's fault. He did this to me, he did that to me, so she could play victim. So basically, Maria, you're worrying, obviously. Worrying for nothing as usual. Yep. Maria's worrying about nothing again. I feel like this woman is a nice lady. The person that saw you guys or whatever. Like she might tell somebody about it, but I don't know. It's hard to say because it's saying that she might say something to somebody, but if that person says something, then that's the case. But if there ain't no cameras around, then it's your word against theirs. So, but I'm getting like this person's like a decent person, so they probably just like they might tell somebody. Yeah, exactly. So there ain't no cameras, and you ain't gotta worry about shit. Because it's their word against your word. They have no proof unless they pulled out their phone and said, "Oh, look what you guys are doing." Like being a Karen. But yeah, I don't see nothing happen. I actually feel like she's a warm-hearted, nice person, and she probably like maybe told somebody, and the person probably said, "Oh yeah, oh well, they should get we should get them for that or something." And she's like, "No, no, no, I don't want to do that because then I'm gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get me in trouble." Yeah. Yeah, so she might tell somebody, but then nothing comes out of it. You know what I mean? Because I don't get negative cards. I just get that she might say something to somebody, and then you know, and that's it. But at the end of the day, if there's no cameras, then you have nothing to worry about. Hey Dan, but between you and right, yeah, that's what I get. Like she might say something, but it's not like you're gonna get in trouble or anything. Because I don't get negative things here. Now, that's exactly what I see. So I don't feel like it's gonna be, you know, it's not like you're like, naked and you're like, oh shit. Yeah, we did. We went to go see my dad because it's his birthday, right? So he gave my dad a card, and we hung out there for like 20 minutes and talked to him for a bit. And then we came home. The bike ride was pretty good. He's doing good on the bike. He's very cautious and stuff. And then yeah, so Maria, you ain't got nothing to worry about then. You're good. It's not like she caught you with your boobs hanging out, or him zipping up his zipper and his D hanging out. So it's cool. You're good. No need to worry. Um so yeah, we went for it. Then we came home and then we went to get takeout and my nephew paid for it. So it's been a good day. I got a free dinner. The card told you you're gonna get a free dinner, but I ended up getting a free dinner. But yeah, all was good, Dan. Yeah, my dad was happy. He got a card from his grandson, so he was happy. He was tickled pink. All right, so for the rest of the week, Maria, between you and Walter, it looks very, very good. I feel like work is gonna be good for you guys, and I always get this card when I ask him about you and him. He likes the fact that you like to control how things go, or you like, not in a bad way, but you like to control the situation, your energy. You like to control the energy between you guys, make sure you're good, all that type of stuff. He likes the fact that you have a lot of courage and you show action, you're confident. It makes him feel good that he has somebody like you. But I see you guys maintaining peace, having fun, having the balance that you're looking for in your relationship. And I see, like, good things happen. I got the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card. So whatever difficult things that happen, it'll all go away and everything will be fine. So it looks good. And I get that work is going to be like committed. You're going to commit to your job, to your work. You're putting in a lot of effort. So between your work and your love life, it looks good for both of you for this next couple of days. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday look good. I got all good cards here. Everything's good. You don't even gotta get you worry too damn much. You worry too much, woman. But I see all good stuff there, nothing bad. I don't see anything bad there at all, to be honest. It all looks good, and I'm happy it looks good. You're welcome, Maria. Bessos. I know you had enough of those already, but I gotta give you some. Mucho besos. Mucho besos. So yeah, I went for a bike ride with my nephew. He had a good time. He's doing really good on the bike. I'm not really worried about him. He's very cautious and he takes his time. The only thing I don't like about bike rides is the bugs get all in my face. Uh, but I need to get like a up to date bike helmet with like a visor on it, something to keep the bugs off of me. I have a spare helmet there with a visor. My nephew's old one. I told him I'll use it. Yeah, absolutely. My Red Sox are winning right now, 4-1. We're beating the uh we're beating the Toronto Blue Jays right now at Toronto. We have to win this game in order to be in the wild card standings. The game's almost finished. I hope they win, man. They have to win this game. I know beating them is going to be hard because they're like the best in our division this year. Yeah, I hope they win. They're winning 4-1 right now, so this is the last it's the last inning, so we're almost finished. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know we have like a game extra, like we have a we're over a game in the wild card, so if we win this game, we'll go another game, two games over, so we'll have a little breathing room. It's not like we're playing a shitty team, we're playing a good team, so for us to win this game tonight would be great. But every year, man, is the injuries that suck. We every year like the Red Sox have like a really good player and then they'll get injured, and it's like what the fuck, you know? And that's what that defines the championships and that defines how far you go. It's like it's so annoying when somebody gets injured. It's like you can't do anything about it because that great player is gone, so everybody else has to step up, but it's not the same. It sucks, but whatever. But it's part of sports. Yeah. I've seen my teams lose championships and games, important games because of injury. But I've seen other teams do it too, so it's not just my teams. But yeah, hopefully Starlight, hopefully they win tonight, so they can at least get into the playoffs and then try and go far. See how it goes. All my other teams are doing good too, except for Patriots. Dan's team beat my team this week, barely, but yeah, still beat them. Made too many mistakes. Yeah, it's all good. And there's times where all the players are perfectly fine, they're fit, and they all play, and everything's great. So it's luck. It's luck of the draw. The luck of the draw. Oh, it's been sunny there. Nice. Yeah, it's a lot of games. That's for sure. I don't know how the hell they do it, but I believe it's because they don't really run around a lot. They're in a stationary position. It's not like they're busting their ass. Baseball is not a real physical sport. So, there's times where you're running around, but not like forever. Like. So it's a lot different. Baseball is not like a draining sport on your body. At least that's my opinion. Tanya. Yes, go ahead. Make sure you get it all. You and your damn aloe water. Oh yeah, hurling. I like watching that sometimes. I think it's pretty fascinating how they knock the other thing out of the way to get into the circle and stuff. I was watching that like not too long ago. They had like this big tournament and I watched a little bit of it. I thought it was pretty cool. No, no. Hurling is that hurling is that thing that they hold and they put it on like the ground and then you have people like clean like kind of cleaning the surface in front of it and then like you have to get it into like a circle. Like you push it and it goes like that. It's like a little circle thingy. I don't know exactly what everything's called because I don't know that sport like that. But I believe that's what it is. It's almost like bowling, but with no pins. You just have to get like that the circle thing in the actual area where it's supposed to be. I believe that's how it goes. As far as from what I've seen over the years, I don't really follow it. And I don't really know the rules. Yeah, I figured as much because it's not like a sport that's gonna have a lot of people watching it. But uh, the person I know, one of the most popular Irish people right now, and for the past decade, has been the great Conor McGregor. He's a great fighter. He runs his mouth, talks a lot of shit. He's always talking about Ireland. There's a few Irish wrestlers too. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. The finals. In the finals, they'll have probably a lot of people, I'm sure. Yeah. That's a lot of people, though. That's a lot of people. It's more than Bermuda. Bermuda's got 60,000 people. So the whole of Bermuda and some will be there. I figured you didn't like him. Yeah, there's a lot of stadiums that hold that much, then. Yeah. I went to Washington Redskins Stadium and it had 90,000 people there when I went. It was absolutely crazy. I never seen so many people, but the yeah, he only loves himself. I like him. I think he's funny as shit, you know. I think he's funny and he's a good fighter, but you know, he's kind of like obnoxious and crazy, but I still like him. He's funny. Um, but the most people I've ever seen sitting down at an event is NASCAR. NASCAR tops everything. NASCAR has like over 100,000, 200,000 people all together in one place, especially at Alabama and Talladega. I was there one time. It was 120,000 people sitting down at the stadium, and there was like pure people on the outskirts and in the infield. So at one time they predicted 200,000 people there. I believe it. I had to put like a flag on my rent a car just so I can find it. That's how much people were there. I never made that mistake ever again. Hey Destiny, how you doing, sweetheart? You good? Yeah, I've heard some nasty things about him. Yeah, that's him. That's him, Dan. Yeah. Two more ups. Yeah, I believe that when I went to Talladega many times to go watch. I was a NASCAR freak. I watched NASCAR like all the time. I used to fly to Atlanta and to Daytona in Florida every year just to go watch the races. I've seen at least 30 to 40 races in the last 20 years. I was really big into NASCAR, and then my driver retired. So I was like, I don't want to go watch it no more. I ended up watching it like a couple more times, but then I was just like, it's not the same. All right, so it says that the capacity is 80,000, right? But altogether, right, if you include like the people on the outskirts, the people that are in the infield, it's like 120,000 people. And then you have all the people that are selling shirts on the street. Like when you before you get to the stadium, before you get to the speedway, there's like a strip, and they're selling all those like Dukes of Hazzard looking flags. Can't remember what you call them now, Confederate flags or whatever. Anyway, they're selling all that stuff, like shirts, all sorts of shit, and then you see all these cars parked everywhere, and they're having like tailgate parties where they're like cooking outside, hook up a tent. So like all together, I went one year when Dale Earnhardt was still alive. I saw him win his last race. If you guys know who Dale Earnhardt is, he's probably one of the best. He was one of the best at the time, one of the best NASCAR drivers. He had the number three car. I didn't really like him, but rest his soul. He was like my driver's rival. So anyway, when I saw him win his last race before he died, and they said that no, it's fine, Starlight. I don't care. You can say what you want. I know a lot of people don't like him. Oh yes, good. The Red Sox won. Yeah, good. I'm glad they won. Yeah, NASCAR was back then. I was probably like maybe 20. I was probably like 22 or 23 years old, and Dale Earnhardt. I saw Dale Earnhardt win his last Talladega race, period, and then that was in October, and then he died in February in a crash. Right. So I saw him win his last race, and the amount of people that were going nuts in that place, like we were standing up on the last lap, and you can feel the whole stadium moving because of the weight of the people. And they were like, they rocked that stadium. It was absolutely nuts. And they had like this helicopter going around, right? And the when we got home that night, they said that somebody had a clicker, right? And was like just like taking random like clicks of the people that they saw, and they said it was close to 200,000 people there that day. And I believe it. I definitely believe it. Because when we parked our car, we were like, hey, we got to put like a Bermuda flag on the antenna because we're never gonna find this fucking car when we leave. We gotta like mark it out. So we were like at our entrance. So we just said, okay, when we come out, we have to come out the west side and 206 or whatever, and we just go straight, and then we'll see our flag on the car. But even then, we were going all over the place, and we couldn't even find it because it's like there was so many people and so many cars. It's like it was almost, and then it took at least 3 hours to get from in the actual area where we parked to the main road. And then when we got on the main road, it took like another 2 hours just to get on the highway and start to actually do at least 30, 40 mile an hour until we got into the city, into Atlanta, because we drove to Atlanta. And the good thing is like when we went into Alabama, you gain an hour. Like the hour goes behind, and then when you leave Alabama, like go into Atlanta, the hour goes ahead. So it's the weirdest shit in the world. Even the radio station changes, the time zone changes. It's the weirdest shit that I've ever like experienced out there. But that was like a really cool experience. I went there a few times and I drove there many times. But one thing I didn't like was some of the like I saw a lot of racist shit going on there. You know, there's like the redneck people of Alabama, they're kind of like, untidy. And then they get drunk and they do a lot of stupid shit. So I saw a lot of fights there one time. There was these two basketball players that went to the game and they got beat up, and like the police and the helicopter had to come and land right next to him to break up the fight and shit. It was like mayhem. So I've seen a lot of bad shit there. So I stopped going there after a while because it kind of got like weird, you know? So I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna get out of here. I don't need nobody like, I don't want to see none of that bullshit. Well, the thing is, Dan, is they took that shit very seriously. Like, if somebody of color was supporting like, somebody who wasn't their driver, then they would start automatically start trouble. And at the end of the day, they're drinking, right? So this is after the race. So like they're like, yeah, who wants to fuck around? So it's kind of like sad, but at the end of the day, you can't fix stupid. So it's the way it is. But it's all good. I don't care. Like I don't go to that no more anyway. I had I was very fortunate to catch the good old days, you know? I was very fortunate to catch the good old days when NASCAR was NASCAR and sports was sports and it was fun, you know. Whatever else happens, I try to stay away from all bullshit and drama. Hey Brian, how you doing, bro? Yeah, Starlight, you're right. He is an absolute idiot, you know. Yeah. I know he's crazy. Yeah, rugby is a popular sport here in Bermuda. We have the Rugby Classic here every year, where all these teams all over the world come here and compete. Yep, the good old days when all the sports were so cool. But you're bittersweet today, Paul, and you talked about your friend Charlotte who passed away. Oh, okay. My condolences to you. Well, I wish that was the case, Starlight, but um, back in 2008, I went to a basketball game. My team's the Boston Celtics, and the team that we were playing in the finals was the Lakers, right? So that's their rivals. So some of the Lakers fans got beat up in the bathroom because they were talking a lot of shit. And I'll never forget, like I went to use the bathroom and like I came out and then I saw these guys go in and I was like halfway down the hole and all you hear is pop, 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 like all this noise and shit. Then the security was running in there and people came out dripping in blood. I'm like, oh God, here we go again. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, how could you come to the opposing team's, stadium and talk shit? You know that's not a good idea. And Boston, they don't really, they don't fuck around. Like they're crazy. I've seen a lot of fights at games and things like that. I've seen a lot of bullshit. As long as I'm not around there. Yeah, Boston has a lot of Irish people. Yeah. All right. So, Brian, you said, is everything all good between me and Paul after we hung out today? I never watched that, Dan. I've heard about it, but I've never watched it to be honest. Um, Brian, I would say that, I feel like Paul's overcoming everything. He's overcoming the fact that, he has like a new interest in the matter that you guys are, talking about things. Um, he actually thought that your friendship with him was like not that great until and then but today he kind of feels like you overcame some issues and stuff, but um he thinks that it was worthwhile, but he's still not like 100%, all in, I would say. But he definitely wants to like change the way things are. Like he wants to understand, where you're coming from and he wants to be cool and all that, but I think it's more that he has issues in his own life. And when somebody has a lot of issues in their own life, it's hard for them to even acknowledge what's going on between you and them. And if they do, it's going to be like, yeah, we're good, but guess what? My life is fucked up, I don't care about how we are, my life is fucked up. So I think this is what's going on with Paul. Yeah, and I don't know if he told you that today, that things in his life are not good. Could be a relationship, could be him going through like a divorce, could be him being not being happy in his life or his marriage or something like that. Or somebody in his life might have those problems. But I would say you guys are good. I would just say that he's not really worried about you and him so much. He's worried about his own life. So I feel like everything is good between you and Paul, but I feel like he's still, having difficulties in his own life. Mm, yeah. He feels like he also when you talk to him, when you talked to him today and he talked to you, he felt like you guys were on the same, wavelength. But in the back of his mind, he still has these thoughts about his own life. His own life's like kind of haunting him. Yeah, Dan. I don't really like watching fighting stuff too much. If I watch like fighting things, like I don't watch UFC and boxing too much. I watch wrestling because it's not violent. Wrestling's kind of like, wrestling. I'm back into watching wrestling, but I'm not really like into watching people get beat up because then I'll have like dreams about that shit. I don't like to watch too much violence. I can't. 'Cause it'll affect my sleep and my life. I don't like too much violent things. Yeah, I like WWE. I watch it all the time now. I even bought a Netflix membership this month just so I could watch it because it moved over to Netflix, bought the contract. And I'm like, I don't want Netflix because I don't watch movies. But I said, well, if I want to watch wrestling, I have to pay for Netflix. You're welcome, Brian. I hope that made sense. But I feel like he's not really worried about you as much or how things went. I feel like he's got his own personal problems. Slay. You watch wrestling, Destiny? My favorite women's wrestler, she won the title this week. Stephanie Valkyrie. I like her. She's a good wrestler. She goes on the top rope and she does that like 360 fucking side shit. I don't know how the fuck she does that. But when I saw her do that the first time, I'm like, yeah, this is one bad bitch. She's my favorite. Yeah, I've been to two wrestling events in my life. Yeah, I went to Madison Square Garden and watched it, and I went to I we had a wrestling event here years ago. No, she don't wear pants. She wears like a G-string thing. She shows her ass. That's why I like her. She wears like she's called the Dark Angel. Like she wears these like goat horns and shit. I don't really like all that, like what her character is, but she's like, you could tell that she's doing it for the character. Woman, what are you talking about? China. WWE is World Wrestling Entertainment. It's nothing to do with China. Go back to sleep, woman. I'll show you the yeah, women's wrestling, they show everything. A lot of them show their asses, their boobs. Uh I guess it's a more comfortable way of wrestling. I don't watch it because of that, obviously, but I just like the way the women wrestlers now are like really really good. Back in the day, they were like a joke, but now they're like unbelievable. Darts? No, I don't watch. I don't watch. I don't watch darts, but I play darts. I have a dartboard up in my games room. Me and my nephews play darts all the time. I don't watch darts, but I play darts. I like it. My dad used to be really good. No, China's passed away. China passed away a long time ago. That manly looking chick. Yeah, she passed away. China was cool. I liked her. I know why you're rolling your eyes at me. You said China is WWE, right? China was WWF. She wasn't in the WWE era, I don't believe. Yeah, biting to a Slim Jim. Let me see if I can get a picture of the woman wrestler I like. She's from Chile, but she was born in like San Diego or San Francisco, one of those two. Anyway, she's the woman I like, and she's the champion now. She won the championship on the weekend. But she's a good wrestler. She's got some like crazy moves. There's a lot of those women are very very good. They've stepped up their game a lot. I'm very impressed with the women's wrestling. I actually watch it. I knew you weren't sure. That's why I was like, "What the heck are you talking about?" She been to a Slim Jim, yeah. Yes, she did many times. Let me see if I can find this damn thing. She's all over Facebook because she won the title. Let me see if I can find her. Oh yeah, here she is. But that's not a picture. It's a video. Let me see if I can get a picture of her. There's so many good wrestlers out there now. Her dad travels with her. Like her dad is like her biggest fan. But yeah, she wears like a half underwear, half G string looking outfit. But she doesn't show her boobs or anything like that. Like there's a few really good women wrestlers. There's a few, and of course I had like oh no that's yeah here she is. I'll take a picture of her. Her name's Stephanie Valquez or whatever her fucking name is. She won that. She won the title. That's her outfit, but I can't show you her ass. But she's beautiful. She's a really really good. She's small. She's like 5 foot tall, if that. And she's like she goes on the top ropes, and she flips and it's like she twists in the air, does a flip and comes down on the press, and that's like her finishing move. When I saw that, I'm like, yeah, this is my favorite woman wrestler right here. I ain't seen no woman do that shit ever. So yeah, she's cool. I like her. She's my favorite women's wrestler, and my favorite guy wrestler is the champion right now. He's been the champion for a while. His name's Cody Rhodes. He used to be, well, he's Dusty Rhodes' son. I used to watch Dusty Rhodes growing up. I used to love him. Undertaker is very much involved. He's like got a part in it too. He's still there. He doesn't wrestle, but he's still there. He still like shows up and talks shit and stuff. But I used to watch it all the time. When I was young, I was addicted to wrestling. I all I did was eat, sleep, and shit wrestling. I was a Ultimate Warrior fan. That was my favorite wrestler ever. I wasn't really a Hulk Hogan fan or anything. I didn't really like Hulk Hogan that much. Even in the beginning, I watched him wrestle, but I wasn't a fan. I thought he was boring, and wrestling was boring in the beginning to me. But then the Ultimate Warrior changed everything. So that was my favorite wrestler. But yeah, Jimmy Superfly Snuka was good. He used to fly off the ropes and do crazy shit. He was a little deranged, but he was cool. Yeah, I know all the wrestlers. I was deep into it. I used to have posters all over my room and stuff. I still have the magazines. I still have the WWF magazines and stuff. Jake the Snake's still alive. He's out there talking shit on podcasts. He talks shit about all the wrestlers and stuff. Bret Hart still talks on podcasts and talks shit about people. Yeah. I used to have all the action figures, the teddy bears, wrestling cards. I have all the magazines still. I'm not giving those up. Those are actually probably worth something, and they're all in very good condition. So yeah, I still have magazines from like the 1980, 88, 89, 90s. I still have them all, huh? Yeah, he was funny. He had the mustache, the big ass mustache. I love wrestling so much, man. It was like my life. I loved it. I haven't watched it in a long, long time until recently this year I started watching it again. Like I didn't want to watch it when my favorite anything goes, I kind of like hold back, and I don't really want to watch it anymore because my favorite's gone, you know? Every sport that I love, I always love a certain player or a certain character. And when they're gone, I kind of lose my interest in it. And then I'll like come back and I'll. Dan says he's crusty. But yeah, in 1998, I went to Madison Square Garden with a couple of my friends to watch SummerSlam in August. And that was probably a highlight of my life because I got to watch a lot of wrestlers that I liked. Never saw my wrestler because he was gone. He wasn't there at the time. But yeah, I saw The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Kane. I saw a lot of wrestlers that night. Made my day. We had good seats too. And then they had a big wrestling event here. It was Junkyard Dog, Hercules, and Jim Hacksaw Jim Duggan. My dad's best friend put on the wrestling event, and it was like probably like maybe 2,000 people in the stadium. Like not a stadium, but in like a gymnasium. And I remember like taking a picture with those guys. Lord knows where the pictures are. I never saw them. I can't remember where the heck they are. I was probably like maybe 6 years old, 6 or 7 years old, something like that. Me and all my friends from school were there, and We had front row tickets because my dad's best friend put it on. It was fun. I remember it though. It was pretty cool. When I tell people in Bermuda that that happened, they think I'm lying. I'm like, I'm dead serious. I'm like, you guys didn't see it? No, we don't remember that shit. I'm like, yeah, well, my dad's best friend put it on. So, I had tickets. I had front row tickets. I saw how, how it was and how cool it was to meet those guys. It was nice. I've met a lot of sports people. I'm not hanging out with them or anything like that, but I've met them, seen them up close, met them, said little words. But yeah, that's cool. I love my sports. I like going to events and watching things. It's cool. As long as my team's win, I'm happy. All right, guys, it's 11:30 here, and I promised myself to get out of here before midnight, and I can go to sleep because I gotta wake up early tomorrow. Make sure my nephew gets to school okay. He wants to ride his motorcycle again tomorrow, so I say, yeah, sure, man. You gotta ride it every day. Marty says, I just woke back up and I'm still. What am I gonna do with you? But that's good that you're back because I'm telling everybody I'm out of here. Remember, I told you, right? Yeah, I know what you meant. It's because you got one eye open. You're like, I think that's an I or a U. I don't know. Fuck. Yeah, remember I told you earlier in my live. I said I'm gonna get my ass to sleep before midnight. It's 11:30 now, so I need to go get my ass to sleep. Starlight, always a pleasure. Thank you. I appreciate you coming by. And it's always a pleasure to read Brian and talk to you about him. Just remember that Spirit's always with you. You just have to ask and you shall receive. It's that simple. I tell people that every day. Dan, always a pleasure. Good night. And Marley, good night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Lucky, good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be here at some point in time. Take care.